Jets in their new Meadowlands Stadium, their first game in their gleaming stadium. Ray Lewis, Rex Ryan. Lewis and Ryan, of course, used to work together when Ryan was defensive coordinator for the Ravens. Game starts like this. Joe Flacco pummeled by Sean Ellis and Brian Thomas.
Holds onto the ball, three-step drop, kind of should get rid of it. Really, this could be an omen. Oh, wow, this is a bad start. Joe Flacco rallied back. Ravens defense held him to a field goal there. Key point in the game.
Willis McGahee, though, going to do the same thing.
Ball comes out. Jets recover. Again, the Jets don't take advantage of it because they're going to turn the ball over here.
Sione Buhua recovering again. 2 recovered both of the fumbles. And then in the second quarter, the third turnover in 4 possessions. Joe Flacco throwing the ball deep to Anquan Bolden. He's intercepted by Antonio Cromartie.
You know what I love is it didn't affect Flacco's concentration. It didn't affect his confidence. And he still came out and he made a lot of great throws. And he really learned the lesson of get back up and keep fighting and keep competing. And that's something he did tonight. He'll grow from this game. It was ugly, but he's going to grow from it.
Cromartie keeping his feet in bounds there, right on the sidelines, returns it 66 yards to the Ravens 31. And then 2 plays later for the Jets, Sean Green up the middle.
Tough to run the ball on the Ravens. Great push. Great push inside. Knocked the Jets' offensive line. He fumbles down. It's tough to move the ball in there. And, of course, they get it right back. So the turnover for turnover. And, you know, the Ravens' defense responded.
And that ensuing Ravens possession, Flacco throwing to the newly acquired T.J. Houshmandzadeh for the 27-yard gain, his first catch with the new team.
Great play by Flacco, held it on the ball for the last second. This is the story of the first half, Alex. Penalties.
Tons of penalties, and you'll see a bad one here. Braylon Edwards called for this penalty because he runs into the kicker here.
A little nitpicking, but, you know, actually it happened, and you know, those are unforced errors that cost you to lose football games.
It cost a lot because it keeps the drive alive for the Ravens. 3 plays later, Joe Flacco throwing the ball deep to T.J. Houshmandzadeh. But pass interference now called on Kyle Wilson, and that sets up the Ravens and the Jets. 3 plays later, 3rd and goal, and Willis McGahee takes it in for the touchdown.
Kyle Wilson and Cromartie are going to see all the action this season. Revis is going to be alone on that island.
Ravens 7-6 at the half, and then into the third quarter, Flacco throwing deep, and he sees Anquan Bolden for the 38-yard gain.
People know it's time to take shots against the Jets. There's no sense in trying to make 1 or 2 yards of play. Try to make 40.
They got a field goal, and the Ravens lead 10-6, and then there's Steve Weatherford punting for Jets to Tom Zbikowski gets the ball, but he backtracks on his return, fumbles in the end zone. The Jets recover, but wait a second, take another look. He's stretching out his arm, and he's given the forward progress at the 1-yard line, so the Ravens keep the possession, but they would later have to punt. Fourth quarter now, and LaDainian Tomlinson up the middle for 18 yards in the first down. LT really the only yards on the ground. He had 11 rushes for 62 yards in this game, and then 3 plays later, Mark Sanchez sacked by Haloti Ngata.
3rd down, 1 for 11, can't control the ball. Can't make big plays. That's not a recipe to win. The Jets want to win with their defense kicking game, but their offense did little to help tonight.
They had to punt after that drive. Ensuing Ravens drive, Flacco throwing deep to Todd Heap. Great catch by Heap. 35-yard gain there. Take another look. Look at this catch by Heap.
Great catch. Great execution. They did a great job in protection tonight, keeping Joe Flacco upright and making plays.
And 6 plays later, Flacco.
That's the 3rd down play. They should have run the ball there to take away the Jets' last time out, chose to throw it. But that shows their confidence in their defense. They knew they could come back. And Mark Sanchez, Alex, he's all about checkdowns and not throwing the ball up the field.
And Sanchez throwing it right there to Dustin Keller, and he gets wrecked by Ray Lewis.
Yeah, if you can sit on routes in the NFL and you don't stretch the field vertically, it becomes a very tight game, and Mark Sanchez doesn't want to stretch it.
And the game comes down to this on 4th and 10. Sanchez looking for his tight end Keller, catches it, but he comes up about a half a yard short before he goes out of bounds. And the Ravens go on to win this one 10-9, a 1-point game there. And Joe Flacco, fairly decent day. Mark Sanchez, it was absolutely disastrous for him.
Well, you know, they didn't really give Sanchez a chance to really do anything. But when Sanchez had those chances on 3rd down, he didn't do anything. So it was a very difficult game. Their execution was not very good.
All right, let's do it. Jets and Patriots slouched him. Oh, that's so strong.
10 years worth of Hall of Fame type film, and he called him a slouch. I don't agree with that, but it is what it is.
Darrelle Revis playing with a bum hamstring. Tom Brady looking for Wes Welker, incomplete, but Eric Smith called for unnecessary roughness as he goes to the head.
Yeah, he sure does.
You're going to get that flag every time.
Hey, not a great play, but it's a great message sent.
Second quarter here, second and goal. And it's Brady back to Welker.
I guess Wes Welker didn't get the message.
Inside leverage corner, throw the square out down here.
I don't even want to hear it, though.
Patriots on top, 7-0. Mark Sanchez under a ton of scrutiny after throwing for just 74 yards a week ago to Braylon Edwards for a touchdown.
In this game, he gave his receivers a chance to go make a play.
7 for 7 on that drive for 64 yards, tied up at 7. Brady now with all kinds of time. How's this for getting off Revis Island?
If man beats him on the release, and he puts that hand up and perfectly thrown ball. Look at this here right here.
When Moss beats you off the jam, listen for the band to play. Yeah. You're not going to catch it.
And look at that one-hand grab. Never brings the ball in, never touches it with the other hand, and never lets it hit the ground.
Revis tweaked the hamstring. He did not return. Jets down 14-10 at the break. Third quarter here. Brady looking deep for Moss, but it looked like he was intending to hit Antonio Cromartie. He was right there.
Yeah, that's overthrown, and Antonio's in good position to make that catch.
And ended up leading to a Jets field goal. All right, 2 possessions later, LaDainian Tomlinson with a little left in the tank.
That's not indicative of a defense. They don't miss tackles, this Patriot defense. They're not like that. It's not there.
Sanchez to Kotri for his second touchdown pass of the game. Jets on top, 21-14. They went for 2 and got it. Fourth quarter, Patriots trying to come right back. But Randy Moss, he can't make the spectacular one-handed grab that time. Rodney Poole there for the pick. Rex Ryan throws the challenge flag. But Poole got both feet down.
Great play by Antonio Cromartie once again.
2 of Brady's last 4 passes were picked off. Patriots secondary with issues, Coach.
Yeah, they've got some young corners now, young all over the place, and they attack those guys on the perimeter. Here's a pass interference call.
But what a difference a week makes. Now you're giving them an opportunity to go and field with the ball, make some plays, and the young kid made plays. Gave guys opportunities, got flags. That secondary didn't do well, but you gave this young Sanchez a chance.
Sanchez to Dustin Keller, who beat to Devin McCourty after Deion Butler was called for a couple of pass interference plays. 28-14. Jets on top. Jason Taylor. Say hello to Tom Brady.
That's one of the off-season acquisitions that would be terrific for the Jets.
Taylor gets the smack down. The Jets get the win, 28-14. Braylon Edwards, the Jets came out before the game and said he wouldn't play at all in the first quarter, so he sat. And it's Sanchez to Dustin Keller. Nice back shoulder
like their
throw.
opening script. Their first 2 drives, they were wide open, throwing the ball all over the place. Dustin Keller was involved early and often.
24 yards for the 7-0 Jets lead. Okay, so here comes Edwards, the second quarter. Second possession here. Jets still up 7-0. But Daniel Tomlinson running with a little bit of new life.
A little pep in his step, a little spring, running as if he almost had something to prove.
21 yards there. Now it's Sanchez, a dart to Keller.
I can't understand for the life of me after you watch what Baltimore Ravens did with Dustin Keller. You have to get somebody on him every time because that's where Sanchez wants to throw the ball.
Jets up 14-0, 14-10 now, and it's Chad Henne to Brian Hartline, 15 yards.
Well, some of the other receivers from Miami stepped up and started making some plays.
All right, 12th play of this drive, and it's Henne to Brandon Marshall.
Beast. That's a man. Now that's a man.
Yeah, Brandon showed up today and made some good plays.
11-yard touchdown there. Here come the Jets. Sanchez to Braylon Edwards.
Yeah, miss a tackle, see ya.
Well, keep in mind, they sodded the rest of the infield. So usually there's dirt down there. They put some sod down there, and the defender tripped up. Jason Allen, Edwards has gone 67 yards.
Yeah, well, you see that, man. But first of all, once you make that spin, Deion, and I rarely have I seen you make that spin. You got to make that spin and then stop. Don't attack anybody.
Keep your feet up on you.
Dolphins coming right back. Henne lays it up for Marshall.
Yeah, this guy can make all the throws from the pocket and outside the pocket.
You got outside coverage right here. He's expecting help from the inside from the safety, but he needs to stay on top of the upfield shoulder of the receiver. Now you got this play defended, and that's not what Cromartie did.
That was a jump ball right there. Marshall's going to win that every time. Henny looking for Marshall. Great play by Marshall to rob Cromartie of a pick.
But Cromartie was way down inside. Brandon tried to get across his face. Would have been better if they had to fade on that call.
Led to a field goal, 21-20. Fields punt here, blocked by Eric Smith. And so the Jets are in business. But penalties ended up being a huge issue here. Sean Green for 6 yards, but Braylon Edwards called for tripping at the 8. All right, 2nd and 9. Sanchez to Edwards. Down to the 5-yard line, but tripping all week. Matt Lawson called for holding. 4th quarter save drive, 3rd and 15. Brad Smith takes a snap, 16 yards to the 6.
That was a great play.
3rd and goal here, and it's Sanchez scrambling. Gets in.
Dive in. Forget about hook slide.
But Matt Lawson called for holding.
Kids do not read his lips.
Rex Ryan on fire. Jets ended up going up on a field goal, 24-20. Looking for LT right there. Boy, Kendall Langford hit 6 the other way. All right, next play here, it's Sanchez to Braylon Edwards.
Huge throw on the sideline on 3rd and 10. That was a huge throw. Keep it on time and outside.
Bam!
First down.
That hit right there was saying, hey, guys, bam, I'm sorry I did that this week.
30-yard gain. 2nd and 3 here. Tomlinson gets to the corner.
By Braylon Edwards on the corner to get LaDainian Tomlinson around that corner.
18 yards to the 5. Sanchez now for Edwards. It's incomplete, but Jason Allen called for pass interference.
He had a tough day all day long.
So here we go. 2 plays later at the goal line. Tomlinson gets in. He had 70 yards on the ground plus a rushing touchdown. And so the Jets are up 8. But here come the Dolphins. Heading to Brandon Marshall. Marshall with a huge day. 10 catches, 166 yards. On the very next play here on a 1st and 10, it is heading to Marshall again.
Nice block. Get it in.
Hey.
42 seconds left now. 6th play of the drive. 3rd and 9. And Chad Henne dumps it off to Ronnie Brown.
They can get that now.
All right, so the Dolphins forced here to burn their final timeout. And this is the final play of the game here. Henne picked off by Drew Coleman.
Tad late. This ball was up for grabs. Would have tied the game with a 2-point play. And let's give Jason Taylor a shower. Look at Rex. Look at Rex.
Wait a minute. Shouldn't that last ball get thrown towards Brandon Marshall? I don't care if he's in the bathroom.
Could the Buffalo Bills get their first win of the season? LaDainian Tomlinson, it's been 25 games since he went over 100 yards on the ground. That would all change today. Tomlinson, right side, and he gets a nice block from John Connor for 15 yards to the 11 on the opening Jets drive. He goes up the middle. LT into the end zone, putting the Jets up 7-0. He moves into 7th place all-time career rushing, passing Tony Dorsett. 2nd quarter, Jets up 10-0. Nice pump fake. Mark Sanchez, he finds a wide-open Braylon Edwards into the end zone, a 41-yard score, putting them up 17-0. Leotis McKelvin biting on the pump fake. Sanchez finds Edwards, his 3rd straight game with a score. Ensuing Bills possession, Ryan Fitzpatrick will find David Nelson for a gain of 37 all the way down into the red zone nearby the 10 to the Jets 15. 2 plays later, a 1st and goal. Fitzpatrick backpedaling, throws into the left corner, laying out for the catch. David Martin for the score and made it 17-7 in favor of the Jets at the half. 3rd quarter, Bills trying to keep up their momentum. Ryan Fitzpatrick is brought down by Sean Ellis for a 10-yard loss. Jets get the ball back, and it is Mark Sanchez back to work once again. Incomplete pass on the left sideline towards Braylon Edwards. There is a flag down, pass interference. It is called on Drayden Florence. He never turned around, and that will set up the Jets with a nice position, 3rd and goal from the 3. Brad Smith in at quarterback, fakes the handoff. He throws to the back of the end zone, looking around, and he finds Dustin Keller, a 3-yard score that makes it 24-7 in favor of the Jets. Bills coming back. First play of the ensuing drive. Marshawn Lynch coughs it up. And there is Jason Taylor to recover the fumble for the Jets. Nothing going right for the Bills as Marshawn is hit from behind and stripped. Brian Thomas comes in, forces that fumble. 3 plays later, you guessed it, Mark Sanchez, play action. Dustin Keller again, his 5th touchdown catch of the season. That made it 31-7. Sanchez, 14-23, 161 yards and 2 touchdowns. 8 touchdowns, no picks on the season for Sanchez. Next Jets drive, LT, look at that cut. Looking like 2005 LT into the end zone. 26-yard score, made it 38-7. And they would go on for the win, 38-14.
Let's get you updated on the highlights. This game delayed early for about 40-plus minutes with lightning and inclement weather, delaying the start of Randy Moss's debut, putting on the Vikings purple and white for the first time since 2004, certainly making Brett Favre a very happy man. And Minnesota wasting no time, some trickery. Very first play from the scrimmage, a couple of future Hall of Famers combining on a pretty nifty play.
Brett looked pretty athletic on that play, I must say. He showed great hands.
You remember we were watching early when he was warming up and he actually ran a little pass route we were laughing about. Little did we know.
Right. He showed great hands.
Speaking of the old graybeards, LaDainian Tomlinson still has some burst in that step, 17 yards. But Brett Favre pressured all night long, guys, and struggled to hold on to the football.
Well, the weather conditions certainly did not help. The pass rush there that the Jets had did not help. I mean, we actually saw him, I think, the start of the second half. Ball just came out of his hands. I think weather contributed, and the ball gets a little slick.
This is second quarter now, about 4 and change left. Favre fumbling the snap. It's recovered by the Jets' Bart Scott. Favre just 3 of 7 for 31 yards in the first half, including 2 sacks. This is the Jets' ensuing possession. The rain really coming down at this point. 2nd and goal. Sanchez to Jericho Cotchery misses him wide open in the back of the end zone. Vikings would catch a break. Next play, 3rd and goal. Sanchez throwing right out of the reach of Dustin Keller.
3 field goals in the first half. You held them. Minnesota defense held them to 9 points in the first half. You have to be happy with that.
So 9-0 Jets at halftime. 3rd quarter, Vikings inauspicious start. Favre fumbling the handoff to Peterson. Never gave AP a chance. It's recovered by Revis, and he brings it back to the Minnesota 46. Brett Favre, career fumble number 162, most in NFL history.
Who'd that moving past? Warren Moon?
Yes.
Yeah, so what you notice, just going for the normal stretch play, the ball just came out of his hand. That does not happen very often. It was a night that contributed to it with the weather.
Randy Moss and Antonio Cromartie, guys, matched up all night long, and Sean, Cromartie held his own, more than held his own.
They took several shots down the field, and Cromartie all night long was right there in his hip pocket, and he made some plays.
Now this is Minnesota's ensuing possession, 2nd and 10 from their own 39. Favre play action, throwing deep down the field to Moss, but Cromartie is there once again to break up the play. This is the very next play. It's 3rd and 15. Favre rolling right. Beating his man. That's Moss in the back of the end zone from Cromartie. 16 yards. And the Vikings are in business down the sideline. This is a 37-yard touchdown reception. And Minnesota suddenly showing some signs of life at 12-7.
That was a 3rd and 17, if I remember correctly. And they've been taking that shot all night long, trying to find a play, find something to spark them, and they finally hit it.
This is Adrian Peterson getting to the edge. 30-yard gain for the Jets' 35-yard line. So 15-7 at that point. We go now to the 4th quarter. Vikings, same possession. This is 2nd and 8. Favre deep down the left side. Incomplete to Moss, but a penalty marker flies. Moss, the culprit here, called for the offensive interference.
2 guys just competing. They were going at it all night.
This is 3rd and 19. Favre to Percy Harvin, 34 yards for the touchdown. Before you give Brett Favre an inch, he's going to take a mile. Vikings
And if you see that play, you see Revis chasing here, Percy Harvard. He didn't look like his hamstring was completely healthy. He couldn't burst. I didn't see any burst out of Revis tonight.
And I'm not sure it's just the hamstring. Remember, he missed all of training camp, too.
Vikings originally lined up for the extra point, then thought better of it, went for 2 here, but it's broken up. Favre unable to find his man, wasn't even close.
I don't know why people go for 2 with 13 minutes to go in the ball game, and you're down 2 at that point. You're chasing points. Don't do that.
2 possessions later for the Jets, 2nd and 9 from their own 35. Sanchez to Braylon Edwards for 16 yards. 3 plays later, this is 1st and 10. Tomlinson over the left tackle for 16 yards. The fumble out of bounds, and the Jets would retain.
And Damian Thomas and both Sean Green averaged over 5 yards to carry this game, and he looked good tonight. His legs looked strong. He looked healthy, and they just wore the Minnesota defense front down.
No, LT's been so good. Sean Green's been a forgotten guy, but not on this play. 23 yards for the touchdown, and the Jets at that point looking comfortable, 22-13. This is Minnesota's next possession, 2nd and 15. Favre pressured, throws short to AP. 20 yards and a Vikings first down. 2nd and 10. Favre, and when they gave him time, Favre made some nice decisions. This is Greg Lewis down the sideline for 33 yards. There you see Favre holding his arm. Sean alluded to that earlier. 2 plays later, 1st and goal. Favre throwing left, finds Percy Harvin, had a huge night. Favre still holding on to that arm, but he's got the Vikings within striking distance.
Great catch, great concentration. I mean, putting your feet in bounds over the defender, that's a great play.
Harvin, 5 catches, 97 yards, and 2 touchdown receptions. Jets ensuing possession. Vikings don't elect to kick the onside kick there. 3 minutes and change left. Sanchez to Santonio Holmes. But I think they're happy to have this guy back in the fold. 11 yards, able to move the chains. 3 plays later, 3rd and 11. Sanchez pressured across the field. High to Braylon Edwards, incomplete. So the Vikings force the punt. Randy Moss and company getting the blood flowing on the sideline, trying to get on the same page. Just had the feeling that something special was set up for Brett Favre, some of his old Monday Night Magic. Not on this play.
We needed that pass right there. I mean, Percy Harvin got away from the defender, Darrell Revis.
But he catches that one with the real estate to run.
He's still running.
3rd and 5 after the Jets were called on an encroachment penalty. Favre, another bad decision. Dwight Lowry, 2nd-year man, brings it back 26 yards for the pick 6. And the game was over at that point. 29-20 Jets. Brett Favre's 7th INT of the season that ties him for 4th in the NFL. You see some of the numbers. Favre, first player to throw 500 career touchdown passes. Marino, 2nd, way back with 420.
A little too old to be doing it.
Look out. So the Jets are in Mile High. Short week, thin air. That could lead to trouble. Mark Sanchez has not thrown an interception all year. Sanchez has had a clean slate all year. Mark Sanchez.
How do you set him up like that, Rich?
You jinxed him.
Get down, kid.
Jason Hunter picks off Sanchez, but the Broncos would fumble the ensuing field goal attempt on the snap. So still scoreless. Start of the 2nd quarter. Sanchez to Braylon Edwards. Touchdown. Jets on top.
He doesn't blink. He just keeps firing it. What was that?
Broncos next possession. They march it all the way down to the 5-yard line. And who comes in? Tim Tebow. And Tebow has his first career touchdown.
In the swamp.
No, it's the Rocky Mountain. Ties the game at 7. I told you that Tebow's first career touchdown would come against the Jets on a run. Right. Goodness gracious. So now there's 2 picks for Mark Sanchez on the season with 48 ticks left in the half. Saquon Thompson picks off Sanchez, and Matt Prater kicked one from 59 yards out to give the Broncos a 10-7 lead at the half. We're tied at 10 at the half. They're throwing on the road.
Yeah, they know he's not 100%, and they're going to keep going at him until he puts that fire out.
With everybody, including a rookie. It does appear that this could have been challenged for a touchdown, but Rex Ryan had just used the challenge unsuccessfully 2 plays before, decided not to throw the challenge flag on that. Demario Thomas's touchdown stands. An LT with 8 and change to go, looking like the LT of old on the stretch play. Teardrops at 17 all. Ladanian with a 20-yard score after the Broncos scored to make it 2017. 4th and 6. 90 ticks left. The Jets on the road, needing a miracle, needing a big play from their quarterback, and he throws it down the field to Santonio Holmes, and there's a flag on the play.
We have laundry on the field here.
Well, Ronaldo Hill face rapes Santonio Holmes.
Yeah, that's a good call.
That's a good call.
This is what you want out of your young quarterback. Go win a game at the end, on the road, tough conditions.
So instead of trying to set up Nick Folk for a long field goal to tie it, it's a bunny touchdown burst for LT. Another teardrop, and the Jets are up by 24-20. And Kyle Orton cannot handle the snap on the ensuing possession. Dwight Lowery recovers it. And the Jets are the first 5-win team in the National Football League in 2010. 5-3, meaning whoever wins the Monday night game between Indianapolis and Houston will lead the AFC South through 8 weeks. Steve Weatherford, the Jets, on 4th and 18 against Green Bay in the first quarter, apparently called his own fake. That's what Rex Ryan said, he has the ability to do that.
Yeah, 4th and 18. That's a long way to go.
Well, there is a challenge on this play. It was initially ruled a first down, but you can see Weatherford's foot is out of bounds.
Run a play, hurry.
He gets to the first down line, so that led to the first points of the game as Green Bay got the ball on the plus side of the field and got an easy field goal. Meanwhile, the Jets were struggling mightily on offense. Brad Smith under center and then rushes it. It's a fumble. Rex Ryan challenges, but the ball is loose prior to Smith's knee touching the ground, and this was a crucial challenge that the Jets lost. We'll explain that more in a moment. 2 possessions later, the Jets still only down 3-0 because the Jets defense was holding Green Bay's offense. And LaDainian Tomlinson becomes just the second player in NFL history with 13,000 rushing yards and 4,000 receiving yards. The other is Sweet. Not bad.
Fantastic.
9 plays later, 3rd and 11 from the Green Bay 43. Mark Sanchez to Jericho Cotchery. Jamon Williams now rips the ball away and is running with it. And the refs say it's an interception. Rex Ryan challenges this play, and it looks like both players go down with it, and the ball is ripped out only when Cotchery is down, but the play still is called.
Yeah, it's called, which is, we always say, hey, tie goes to the runner, and it doesn't look like that. The refs called it. Packers football, it's going to stay.
But Ryan is now out of challenges for the game, down 3-0. Still, though, the Jets defense keeping the offense in the game. Sanchez to Jericho Cotchery. Longest play of the game for the Jets, 49 yards, but Nick Folk misses the field goal. So it's still 3-0 in the fourth quarter. Mark Sanchez, 1st and 20 from the Green Bay side of the field, looking for Dustin Keller, but Charles Woodson now takes the ball away, and it's called an interception for Woodson.
Horrible call.
But this cannot be reviewed because the Jets are out of challenges.
Horrible call.
I mean, Keller is down.
He's down. He rips it from him. Should be Jets.
I mean, it's a brutal call. But Rex Ryan cannot challenge it. He's got to call defensive plays now. And that led to a field goal. Jets' 3rd turnover of the game. They had 4 all season coming in. And it's 6-0 now on 3rd and 8 with 4 minutes to go. They tried for it all. To Jericho Cotchery, it's no good. And Rex Ryan decides to go for it. One out with the defense playing as well as he's been playing. 4th and 8. Sanchez. It worked on 4th down last week in Denver, but no flag here. But the Jets defense holds and gets the ball back for the Jets offense. One last chance to go down the field, score some points, score a touchdown, and win the game. But 4th and 11, Sanchez cannot find more 4th down magic.
3-man rush. Come on, you got to get rid of it.
And it's incomplete to Braylon Edwards. And
Give him a chance.
The Green Bay Packers go into the new Meadowlands and shut out the Jets. The Jets shut out at home off a bye week.
After a bye. A fresh team after a bye.
And the Jets have an opportunity to take first place in the AFC East if they could win the battle of first-round draft picks from a couple of years ago. It's Sanchez and Stafford on the same field for the first time in their playing careers. Lions up 7-3 late second half when the hometown hero from Detroit, Braylon Edwards, makes a big play. 75-yard touchdown. Jets up at halftime, 10-7 in the game. The Lions were dominating.
He's from Detroit. Protect, gave him time. Stafford made the throw.
3rd quarter now. Edwards
those shoulders around.
Gives it back. Tries to switch the ball in his hands as he's being tackled by Louis Delmas and puts the ball on the turf. 5th fumble of the game for the Jets, but the first that they lost, leading to Jason Hansen's 21-yard field goal. It's good, but there's a flag on the play. Trevor Price called for roughing the kicker. Lions take the points off the board.
Hey, it's a good call.
This kid, Jason Hansen, been their best player over the last decade.
And the next play job at best, no, it's still in Stafford's hands. Touchdown, but Hansen's still hurt from being roughed, so who comes on to kick the extra point?
Not that man.
Ndamukong Suh.
Ndamukong who?
Your first pick, you ought to be able to do it all.
Are you kidding me? Come on, man. You've been the biggest man on the roster to kick.
Ndamukong Suh, the litigator.
He played soccer, guys. You know what I mean?
He's too big for soccer.
Well, the Lions are up. They need that point later on. They're up 20-10 with 6 minutes to go. Stafford running out of the pocket, tackled by Brian Thomas, and there's that gimpy shoulder again.
I'm still tripping off out of all the people on the roster. You picked Ndamukong Suh to kick the extra point.
Well, again, they would need those points because the Jets, with 3:38 to go in a game, they were struggling offensively, begin to get some positive plays. Dustin Keller, 25-yard gain, led to a 1-yard sneak by Sanchez to make it a 3-point game. Drew Stafford in relief on third down with the Jets out of timeouts. They neglect to throw it.
Stop the clock.
It stops the clock with 1:54 to go. Instead, they could have run it down to a minute to go, and the Jets used that time that they got from Jim Schwartz in a gift wisely. Here is Sanchez checking it down the field. Again, they wouldn't have been able to check it down if they only had a minute to go.
Smart.
LT hit laid out of bounds by Julian Peterson. Tack on 15 more with 40 ticks to go.
Clearly out of bounds.
So 3 plays later, Nick Folk on from 36 yards to cap a 9-play, 60-yard game-time drive, and he got it. We're going to overtime. The Jets pull this one out of their hat, and in overtime, they win the coin toss. They march down the field thanks to one quick play. Strike from Sanchez to Santonio Holmes.
Nice route. Bad angle by the safety on this play.
And just like that, we're in field goal range.
52 yards up the gut. Back comes Nick Folk. And Nick Folk from 30 yards away kicks the game winner. And the Jets do go on top of the AFC East by pulling a big come-from-behind win in Detroit. 6-2 they are over the Patriots. They have the tiebreaker because they beat the Patriots back in Week 1, both 2 full games ahead of the Miami Dolphins. The Jets were in Cleveland. Rob Ryan and Rex Ryan together. Eric Mangini used to coach the Jets. Rex Ryan took over after Mangini was fired. The Browns coming off a big win over the Patriots and the Saints. And look who's running downhill again.
This is the new beast in the league. Peyton Hillis.
Peyton Hillis.
Knock off Zonka.
Well, he fumbled early and then made up for it, scoring on the Jets defense as the Browns did early and often. It's 13-10 Browns right before the half when Mark Sanchez makes a nifty move to move the Jets in front right at halftime, and then they opened up the second half with a monster 19-play, 10-minute drive that they had to settle a field goal for at the end of it, and then Nick Folk folks it right off of the
I like that. I like that. I like that.
And that was his second miss of the game. Mangini breathes a sigh of relief. The Jets are still only up by 4. I don't know if it's not the equipment.
Blame the shoes.
Might be operator error. 2013, the Jets are up after Folk does kick a field goal later on with a minute and a half to go.
You gotta love this young
Colt McCoy leads the Browns down the field in a must-have 2-minute drill capped off by a Muhammad Massaquoi touchdown with 44 ticks to go.
Nice pick route. I love this team. This Browns team is fighting out, beating good teams every week.
And for the second straight week, the Jets on the road in overtime. They won the toss last week and won it in Detroit right away. This time they win the toss, and the Browns get the ball, only to have Chancey Stuckey put the ball on the ground just as they were nearing field goal range. And what a crushing turnover. He doesn't step out of bounds. And
I wish he would have.
Drew Coleman is the one who strips it away, the much maligned Drew Coleman, and Antonio Cromartie recovers it. So the Jets get the ball back. And what do they do with it? They move it down the field. 3rd and 9. Sanchez
3-man rush.
buying time not only once but twice. Chancey Stuckey fumbled the ball, and look who makes up for the Jericho Cotchery for the Jets over the middle. He blows a tire.
He blew a tire. Keep playing. Oh, beautiful
I
kick.
like that.
What a play.
That's determination.
And set up Nick Folk for the winner, and he folks it right. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Keep playing. Keep playing.
They have to. Browns would punt. Another chance for the Jets. 3rd and 14 from their own 46. Sanchez with a minute 44 to go. This worked in Denver to throw it up, hope for the best. This time, Joe Hayden picks it off, and that's a crucial interception, not because it stops the Jet drive, but it sets up the Browns deep in their own end instead of batting it down and perhaps getting better field position. So the Jets get the Browns to go 3 and out, and this happens with 16 ticks to go. Santonio Holmes back in Ohio with a big walk-off win for the Jets, shocking Rob Ryan and the game Cleveland Browns. It is the first time a team has ever won back-to-back overtime games on the road in consecutive weeks in NFL history. And in so doing, Santonio Holmes posts the 3rd latest walk-off touchdown in the history of regular season overtime. Jason LaConfora with the hero after.
Santonio, walk me through that last play. It was all a big blur from where I was standing.
Oh, man. Things happen so fast, man. When Mark threw that ball, he told me, just stick with him on the sideline, and we'll make something happen. I told him, just believe in me. You know, when it comes down to these situations, this is when big-time players step up and make big plays in games. And I told him, just give me the ball. Whenever you give it to me, he gave me the right signal. We ran the right play, and those guys, they messed up. They gave me a chance.
Detroit to kick off the Thanksgiving tripleheader that ends in the New Meadowlands right here on NFL Network with the Jets hosting the Bengals. They hosted the Texans today. We picked things up in the second quarter of this game with Houston up 7-3. Mark Sanchez to Santonio Holmes, the walk-off winner of last week's game with his scamper through the Cleveland defense with a nice 26-yard gain there, taking it to the plus side of the field. 5 plays later, Braylon Edwards against the 32nd pass defense in the league, feasting to set up Sanchez to Edwards.
Treat them like who they are. 32nd pass defense. Treat them like they are that.
10 plays, 78 yards. It's a 10-7 Jet lead. It's 13-7 at the half. Second half, LT checking it down, and look at this move.
Is that's the young LT?
Yeah, he looks very healthy.
18-yard gain.
Legs,
Setting up
look at
3
it.
plays later, Sanchez to Santonio Holmes. He's just
he doesn't do another thing. He's already paid dividends with the acquisition of Santonio Holmes this season.
Yeah,
he doesn't have to do anything else.
He set up the game winner in overtime in Detroit. He ended the overtime winner in Cleveland. And then wait till you see what he does in this game. Sean Green fumbles the ball.
Tackle Sanchez.
Well, I mean, this game was pretty much in the oven for the Jets until Green put the ball on the turf. He had problems with this a little bit last year.
Sanchez.
And that turned the tide because back come the Houston Texans and their offense on the field, and Matt Schaub finds Joel Dreesen right away.
How do you get that open, Coach?
Well, it's a busted coverage or a double move.
So it's a 43-yard score. The next play after the fumble, and the Texans are just down 6 on Rex Ryan's team, and they get the ball back with 5.5 to go. Schaub to Mr. Anderson.
Can you get more time than that?
Schaub rolls all the way out to, I guess, exit 16E, and down to the 35. Next play, Schaub to Andre Johnson.
Look at the play-action pass protection he has all day.
So suddenly the Jets defense is getting picked apart at the most crucial time, and then Arian Foster with his second touchdown of the game with 2:20 to go.
Pay that man.
And the Jets take watch the Texans take the
reach over,
and the Jets
touchdown.
challenge this, cost themselves a timeout that it sure looked like they would need when Sanchez throws a pick when the Jets get the ball back.
Oh, boy.
Kevin Bentley with the pick.
Is that a Bentley or a Cadillac?
Led to a Neil Rackers field goal, so the Jets are down 4 in a game. They were leading by 13 midway through the fourth quarter, but now there's 40 ticks to go. At a timeout, Sanchez dumps it off to LT, who takes it to the plus side of the field on a 15-yard gain. 2 plays later, 24 ticks to go. Fourth play of this drive, Sanchez to Braylon Edwards, and he gets it down inside the 10.
What a great job by Sanchez, looking off the safety, making him turn his hips inside. Easy throw down the sideline.
And the next play to who else?
Santonio Holmes. Go win it again, why don't you?
He does. Third straight week. He provides the winning points or sets it up, and Matt Schaub gets that sick feeling. What a long flight back to Houston for the Texans, who lost on that Hail Mary last week, and then on this play this week. The Jets won on Thursday Night Football here on NFL Network. Mark Sanchez and Carson Palmer, 2 USC quarterbacks in the same house, and Palmer made the first mistake on his 10th pass attempt of the night. Carson Palmer just hucks it down in a double coverage, it seems, Ron.
I don't know what he thought he saw there, but it was really triple coverage, and he was threw into coverage, and they made the play.
Led to the Jets' first points of the night, a field goal. Next drive, Antonio Cromartie. There's your triple coverage into the end zone.
Yeah, a lot of bodies back there. Probably should have thrown that one away or check it down.
So, third straight game with at least 2 picks for Palmer, but despite those mistakes, look who led at halftime. It was Carson Palmer and the Cincinnati Bengals, because Eric Smith is called for, I guess, hitting a defenseless receiver, Marshall.
I have no idea if that was defenseless, that was a bang-bang play. I'm surprised they even threw the flag.
It's a fresh set of downs right on the goal line, and then it's a touchdown for Jordan Shipley.
Yeah, smart route. Now he hooked it up in the zone. Option route, well done.
Bengals up 7-3, but the first possession of the second half, Brad Smith with an end around to the end zone, 53 yards and a touchdown, and the Jets are on top.
They use this kid in so many ways. I'm happy to watch. I watched him play in college. Happy to watch him have success in the NFL.
2 drives later, this was the turning point. Even though the Jets were up here, the ball is live. Even though few people realize it, James Ahedebo realizes it. Marvin Lewis doesn't challenge the play, even though it did not appear to hit anybody on Cincinnati. Maybe Andre Caldwell was the closest to it, but Marvin never pulled out the challenge flag.
I'm sure somebody's in his ear giving him advice on what to do in that situation, and they must have told him, don't challenge it, because it's hard for me to believe that Marvin Lewis wouldn't challenge something that close.
It didn't look that conclusive, but maybe because of the way it was called on the field. But at any rate, just a couple plays later, Santonio Holmes is wide open in the end zone, a 13-yard score to put the Jets up by 10. Fourth quarter now, Jets on 4th and 16 in their own end zone, punting it, and it's a weak duck off of the foot of Steve Weatherford, but it also went off Josh Malga's arm.
Yeah, the personal protector gets pushed back into the punter, and it's blocked here for about a 12-yard punt.
Led to a field goal for the Bengals, and the ensuing kickoff, here comes Brad Smith ripping and tearing.
I love the patience. I love him setting up blocks, and he's so fast, he just completely ran out of his shoes.
89 yards, and as you mentioned, Dion, one shoe on, one shoe off. Now that's high stepping.
That's high stepping.
A second career kickoff return for Smith, and then with the Bengals down by 2 scores, the cherry on top is a 2-pointer. Trevor Price hitting Carson Palmer, who threw the ball away with nobody in the vicinity. That's called a safety, and the Jets win 26-10, harassing Carson Palmer after halftime after a mistake-filled first half left them needing another comeback win, except this one didn't come with 10 seconds to go. It was all Jets in the second half, and now the Jets, after 12 weeks of play for them in the 2010 season, sit at 9-2 atop the AFC, their best start since 1986.
Jets and the Patriots coming into the night both 9-2 and knowing full well what was at stake on Monday Night Football. Tom Brady and his Patriots coming into town. Rex Ryan getting his defense ready to go. First quarter, Jets have it down 3-0. This is 3rd and 1. Sanchez takes it up the middle for no gain. And this was a questionable decision. Rex Ryan deciding to challenge the spot. They lost the challenge. Then the next play on 4th and 1, Sean Green able to get the first down, and the Jets move the chains.
Yeah, that's an interesting call, because if you're going to go for it, you might as well. Now, here's the key play. This is a turnover here, Spill. When you miss a field goal in the National Football League, especially cold weather, cold football, that's a turnover that the Patriots capitalize.
Nick Folk missing from 53 yards out, ensuing Patriots possession. 2nd down, Brady incomplete to Rob Gronkowski in the end zone, but a penalty marker is thrown. Eric Smith, who now takes over that vacated spot left by the injured Jim Leonard flag.
Yeah, Eric Smith or Jim Leonard wasn't going to be able to cover Gronkowski. That's just one of those matchups the Patriots Charles talked about, got the advantage of.
Then Jarvis Green Ellis takes it off left tackle for the touchdown, and the Patriots at that point with a comfortable lead in front, 10-0. And you see on the Jets sideline, Darrelle Revis already can start to see some question marks on that New York side of the field. Mark Sanchez pursuing New York possession. 3rd and 11, Sanchez throws behind Holmes, and boy, he missed a couple of throws there.
Yeah, Sanchez is not an accurate passer. I know everybody in New York doesn't want to hear that, but that's the reality of it.
New England takes over, 4th and 3 on the Jets' 25. Brady throws left, finds Deion Branch, breaks the tackle, and he's going 25 yards for the touchdown. 17-0 New England.
Something about being in New England suits Deion Branch. Did not see as much of this in Seattle as one would have thought.
Rex Ryan knowing at this point that something is amiss with this New York Jets. 2nd quarter, Jets taking over possession. Sanchez throwing right to Braylon Edwards, but Braylon can't come down with it. But again, a bad throw.
Yeah, Mark Sanchez had trouble throwing the ball into the wind and with the wind. He pushed the ball, he didn't throw it.
But with Braylon Edwards, when your quarterback's struggling, you got to make a catch like that to try and help him out.
Danny Woodhead, the old Jets didn't want him. Patriots took him. And boy, how that move has paid off for New England.
That's the gift that keeps on giving to the Patriots.
Didn't you just know that was going to happen tonight? You knew it was going to happen.
7 plays later, boy, that made it look easy. Brady rolling left finds Brandon Tate for the touchdown. 24-3 New England at this point. Rex Ryan challenging earlier, did not challenge here.
This is an interesting call.
Yeah, because look Tate. There's 1 foot down. Now the arm goes down. I think that's what they were saying. Now that's the possession in the end zone. Instead of the 2 feet, you got the 1 foot and the arm. But let's face it, that was like his third target on that play.
Boy, Jets down 24-3 at halftime. This is not the way they wanted to start the second half. Play action, Sanchez is picked. Brandon spikes Sanchez's first interception in the red zone this season.
When you don't play zero coverage down there against Mark Sanchez and make him throw the ball in tight windows, the Jets are 28th in red zone scoring, and that's exactly what the Patriots forced him to do. Interception. And that's why they won the game.
And as they did all night long, they take advantage of Jets' miscues.
Matchups.
Second down, it's Aaron Hernandez.
It's all about matchups. And Revis can only cover one guy. Everybody gets caught up on Revis Island. The Patriots get these matchups, tight ends on safeties, and they win them.
And Aaron Hernandez is an athlete.
Boy, he spread the wealth, too, on Monday night. This is Wes Welker breaking a tackle for the touchdown. 31-3 New England.
Everybody has protected this year against the Jets. They're 30th in the league in interceptions, and that's a problem.
Now, this is the kind of night it was for Mark Sanchez. Underthrows Edwards, Devin McCourty with the interception.
Yeah, Edwards really didn't have a chance to make a play. That ball was so underthrown, he couldn't even help his quarterback by trying to come back and get it.
It's Danny Woodhead again, up the sideline, 50 yards down to the New York 12. Brady goes over 300 yards for the night. 33rd time in his career he's done that.
Kevin Falk goes. Danny Woodhead comes in. Patriots got better.
Fourth quarter, save Patriots possession. 2 plays later, Brady throws right to Hernandez for the touchdown. We knew they'd like to use the tight end, and they used the Monday night.
They've used 3 in this ball game between Crumpler, Hernandez, and Gronkowski.
38-3 New England, and the onslaught is officially on. Sanchez picked off again, this time James Sanders. Sanchez's 3rd interception of the night. And boy, they just added insult to injury. Ensuing New England possession, Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis up the gut for the touchdown, and it's 45-3. And boy, if you're not a Rex Ryan fan, you certainly enjoyed Monday night. 45-3 is the final score as the New England Patriots go to 10-2, now 6-0 at home, and the Jets' long road winning streak ends at 8.
Audience, the Dolphins in town, and Coach Mark Sanchez just has not been the same player that we saw in the first half of the season.
He's not, and he's in a little bit of a slump right now, and that'll happen to a second-year quarterback. And right now, Rex has got to decide, do you let him push through it, or do you let him sit and watch somebody else for a little bit?
There you see it was rocked by Kendall Langford. Quentin Moses comes up with the fumble recovery. It was that kind of day. Dolphins now up 3-0. Chad Henne to Brandon Marshall. Marshall back for the first time after missing a couple of games with a bad hamstring. Dolphins on top, 10-0.
Marshall was excited there, Fred.
The second quarter.
Happy to be back.
And it's Henne rocked by Calvin Pace. The Jets come up with the recovery. So can Gangrene get something going?
No.
Here we go, Prime, on 3rd and 10. And this just hurts. This hurts.
Mike, that was a great route, slant and go quarterback bid. This is the only problem. You got to make that play, Santonio.
All right, it led to a Nick Folk field goal. 3:11 left here in the third. Now watch Nolan Carroll. This is on a punt. As he's running out, he was almost tripped by Jet strength and conditioning coach Sal Alosi. Stuck his knee out there. Clearly, more on that coming up in a minute.
I bet you that.
Carroll was banged up on the play, but he did return to the game.
You're fine for that. I want to help my team any way I can.
Jets still trailing 10-3. It is Sanchez to Santonio. Holmes who lays out.
You made up for that drop right there.
Yeah, that one didn't get away.
But they weren't able to get in the end zone.
The other one was 6.
They had to settle for another field goal, 10-6. Henne trying to scramble here on a 3rd and 3. But Brian Thomas says it's not going to happen. And this is the same situation the Jets have found themselves in, Coach, in a lot of the key games that they've actually come back and won, but it wasn't to be today. It's to come back and bite you.
The close games, the overtime games on the road, they've done it. But in this drive, they failed to put successive plays together. 2 sacks right here on 2nd down and on 4th down to end this game.
Cameron Wake getting Sanchez there. This is a big 3rd and 16, and Dustin Keller can't hold on. 4th and 16. It is Cameron Wake. Good night. Mark Sanchez and the Jets. They fall 10-6, so now they are 2 games behind the New England Patriots in the AFC East.
Santa! He's loving the weather in Pittsburgh. It's cold. And the opening kickoff of the game for the Jets, who needed a great start desperately. They got it from one of the Puddin' Pie Award winners here on NFL Network Thanksgiving night. Brad Smith takes the opening kickoff, 97 yards. There's a flag on the play, but the refs pick it up. It counts.
He didn't hold it up, right?
Yeah, he won't go prime time either.
So, second quarter, the Jets still don't score an offensive touchdown in the first quarter. They still haven't done that since week 4. And with Heath Miller out, Ben Roethlisberger finds his backup, Matt Spaeth, a 96-yard drive, longest touchdown drive the Jets defense has given up this year. That ties the game at 7. Steelers now down by 10-7, but Roethlisberger to Mike Wallace on a fake spike.
Oh, come on, Ben.
Oh, man, right. That hits
come
right,
on, Ben.
That hits right at the psyche of the Jet fan. Right at the psyche of the Jet fan. And the Jets needing this win after 2 straight losses with no offensive touchdowns. They still don't have an offensive touchdown at this point in the game. Opening drive of the second half for Ben Roethlisberger. He hits Mike Wallace 23 yards for a first down. 4 plays later, Rashard Mendenhall gaining the edge and hitting people, running downhill, running over people, down to the Jets 4. And the Steelers take the opening drive of the second half right down the gut, taking it into the end zone with Mendenhall, and they're up 17-10.
That's the kind of football they really want to play in that weather. Run the football, play a little smash mouth.
So the Jets now needing to respond on the plus side of the field. Sanchez off the play fake. Braylon Edwards takes the hit. Tack on 15 more as Ryan Clark is called for unnecessary roughness, launching
That'd
at
be
the receiver.
15, 25,000. You cannot jump and throw your body into the receiver.
And Roethlisberger cannot believe the extra 15 yards. 4 plays later, it's 4th and 1 from the 7. They go for it. What do you think about this call?
Great call. Great fake by Sanchez. Everybody sold the run. And even the cameraman was
And
fooled.
that's the first offensive touchdown for the Jets since Thanksgiving night, the night that Brad Smith won that Puddin' Pie. Fireman heads traveling, everybody. We are with the Jets with 5 minutes to go. It's Antonio Holmes. The Jets up by 3, picking up a first down 3 plays later. Right on the Steelers 47, 3rd and 6. LaDainian Tomlinson direct snappage.
Nice patience, waiting for the blocking to set up.
But he goes out of bounds. 3 plays later, 3rd and 5. The Steelers having all of their timeouts left still. The Jets throw for it, incomplete. Rex Ryan punts the ball back to the Steelers again, who have all their timeouts left. 2:45 to go. Jason Taylor with the big play.
Huge. Good penetration inside. Got the safety, tackled him over the goal line. He did not cross the goal line with the ball at all.
Takes Mewelde Moore down.
He missed the block.
A 5-point lead, but the Jets getting the ball back.
I turned my TV off right now.
Off the safety, don't pick up a first down. They go 3 and out, and the Steelers don't have to use all of their timeouts left. They have a 2-minute warning still, but they have to go the length of the field. Ben Roethlisberger on 3rd and 24 after a big sack of Ben finds a wide-open Emmanuel Sanders for a first down.
When the Jets play zone defense, people are finding windows and lanes and completions better than against man.
6 plays later, it's 3rd and 10, still 3rd and long. This is picked up again for a 16-yard gain to Antonio Brown. Steelers spike the ball with 9 ticks to go. They can start throwing it in the end zone, and Roethlisberger does throw it in the end zone. It's incomplete. Look for Matt Spaeth. 2 ticks to go. Could the Jets, like the Giants, lose on the last play of the game in Week 15? Roethlisberger extending the play as only he usually does. This one in the end zone. Incomplete.
No. Great play.
And the Jets hang on.
In Chicago. All right. For the Jets and the Bears. Jay Cutler, a little sandwich, a little lunch before game time.
Coming casual.
And Mark Sanchez and that sprained sore shoulder ready to go. And it's Antonio Holmes coming the other way. Hit by Tim Jennings. And Chris Harris with the recovery.
This is what the Chicago Bears do. They take it away from you. They're always playing to take that ball out of the ball carrier's hand.
Carry the ball in the outside arm.
Holmes looking at his hand saying, I can't believe they betrayed me here. Matt Forte, coach, just what the Bears have done very well this year is run the football.
Yeah, ever since the bye week now, Matt Forte has played a big part of this offense, especially on the ground.
Bears jump out to a 10-0 lead. Jets coming back. Mark Sanchez out of the shotgun. Dustin Keller wide open over the middle of the field for 26 yards. And now on a 3rd and 10, and Sanchez going back to Keller.
Sanchez, play action fake. Keller, one of the best route running tight ends in the game. Sanchez able to find him.
Second quarter, same drive. Sean Green gets in for the touchdown. The Jets trail by just 3, down 10-7. Bears and Jay Cutler backing up. This is what he can do, Coach.
Every now and then now. He'll take chances. He trusts his arm. He thinks he can fit it in there most any time. And every now and then you'll get in trouble like this.
You can't make those type of throws in a game of this magnitude. Many Chicago Bears fans wonder if they could get back to the Super Bowl. Not like that.
Dwight Lowry takes it home 20 yards from there. Jets with 2 touchdowns in 54 seconds. Sanchez to Holmes, 16 yards.
We were concerned about that shoulder, but you know what? This first half, he was firing it in there.
Let it rip. And LaDainian Tomlinson gets in. Tomlinson's 144th career rushing TD, second all-time to Emmitt Smith. Wow. Cutler now on a 2nd and 10. And it's Forte who finds a huge hole over the middle of the field.
Not only is he a runner now, this guy's a good route runner out of the backfield.
Jay on the move, rolls right, comes back to his left. Earl Bennett, 14 yards for a first down. And now it's Cutler backpedaling. Beautiful touch to Forte down out at the 2.
He gets single coverage on Jason Taylor trying to peel out of the backfield.
And on the play action,
take it yourself.
Why not? Cutler walks into the end zone. So Bears, they get back in it, 21-17, down 4. Third quarter, 24-17.
Don't do it.
Devin Hester back there, but he realizes that Mark Sanchez is the up man. And so on a 4th and 3, Jets are going to try to fake it in their own territory, but it's incomplete. You like that, though?
I like the call. It's a little razzle-dazzle, a little trickeration, and this should have been a completion and a first down. Catch the ball, and let's go first down.
Brad Smith can't squeeze it. Cutler and the Bears on the very first opportunity. That's right in the middle.
This is a common theme with the NFL today. Defensive backs not knowing how to judge and locate the ball.
And this time,
don't do it.
He's going to
don't you do it down the middle. I don't know what you've been told, but this boy here is cold. Don't you do it.
Hester goes 30 yards to put the Bears in prime position. And on a 3rd and 3, it is Cutler to Devin Hester. Oh, boy. It's back
not just
right there.
on returns, but he's developing into one of the best receivers in the game. Teardrop. That was a shot at the day.
Bears on top, 31-24. Sanchez rolling out, though, and Holmes is wide open.
Yeah, he can do this well now. He's good on the move, and he's accurate with a strong arm. Nice play.
What happened to these two great defenses? We got an offensive shootout.
Don't you do it. I keep telling you, why do you do this to yourself?
Kept him out of the end zone.
Devin Hester, 40 yards on the ensuing kickoff. And Cutler, 5 plays later to Knox. Great grab by Johnny Knox, 26 yards. Bears on top, 38-31.
Cutler only threw to 5 different receivers in the game, and these cornerbacks are some of the best cornerbacks in the game. But in the slot, you could have them any way you want.
Cutler, 215 yards in the air and 3 touchdowns. Matt Forte finishing what he starts a huge first down here on a 2nd and 10. And Robbie Gould usually money from inside 42 yards. He had made 64 straight field goals from 40 yards or fewer, but he can't get that one to go. So the Jets now have one last chance. 58 seconds left, no timeouts. And Sanchez had Holmes, but Chris Harris was there. Bears win it 38-34.
Bills and the Jets wrapping up the regular season. Jets already in the playoffs, resting a lot of their starters. Mark Sanchez expected to get some work. Brian Brom and the Bills with their 6th straight losing season. Brom in at quarterback, Fitzpatrick is hurt for Buffalo, and he throws over the middle to Stevie Johnson, racing down the sideline, trying to make something extra happen. When he loses the football, it is stripped and recovered by the Jets at their own 11-yard line. Dwight Lowry with the recovery for the New York Jets. A big play. Steve Johnson, a huge game changer. He had a nice play all the way down inside the red zone, but lost the fumble. Jets get the ball back, and they wind up going with Brad Smith on a 3rd and 16 from their own 18. Smith takes off, running to the right in an option play, finds some space down the sideline, breaks a tackle all the way down into Buffalo territory to the 42. A 40-yard gain for Brad Smith. 3 plays later, in at quarterback once again, running the option. He is going to keep it himself all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 20 yards, 62 yards on the drive for Brad Smith on the ground. Led to a field goal. Jets go up 3-0. On to the second. Bills still down 3-0. A 3rd and 6 from their 29. And Brom hit as he threw. Throws up a duck. Intercepted by Marquise Cole, who takes it all the way to the house. An interception return for a touchdown, the first of the career for Marquise Cole. Jets go up 10-0. Darrelle Revis inactive for the game, cheering on his buddy. Mark Brunell, though, playing quarterback for the Jets as their backup, seeing a lot of time with Mark Sanchez sitting down for most of the game, making a completion to Jericho Contry at the 42, and then into the end zone. That is Santonio Holmes with a 17-yard touchdown. The first touchdown pass since Week 9 of 2006 for Brunell. Jets go up 17-0 at the half. Brunell, though, did have some shaky moments, picked off there by Jarris Bird, who returns it all the way for the touchdown. So the Bills may be back in the ballgame, only down by 10, 17-7. But the Jets were just pounding things out on the ground. Joe McKnight getting his first career start, a gain of 6. He had 158 yards in the game on 32 carries. And then the very next play, Mark Brunell down the sideline into double coverage. Braylon Edwards somehow gets into the end zone, and he winds up scoring a 52-yard touchdown. Jets roll to victory, 38-7.
Lucas Oil Stadium, Jets and Rex Ryan. Rex Ryan said, hey, we're the best team in the postseason, and we're going to the Super Bowl to win it. But he doesn't get past personal. Peyton Manning and company first, a rematch of the AFC Championship game from a year ago. Manning looking for Pierre Garçon. Antonio Cromartie right there. Cromartie and Revis.
Yeah, they locked down corners. To beat the Jets, you got to beat those two, and he did.
Still no score here until now. Manning finally finds Garçon. 57 yards. Colts on top. 7-0. And what happened here, Rod?
He did a great job. Tight coverage. He has to play off. He stemmed him outside. He went outside, and once he went outside, he came back in, and he had the whole field to work with. And it's hard to cover somebody the whole width of the field.
Rex Ryan making sure that Cromartie and his defense, that they know, guys, this is it right here on the ensuing Jets possession on a 3rd and 4. Great grab by Santonio Holmes.
He's been coming up big all season long. 3rd downs, 1st down. He's a complete receiver.
2nd and 13 now, and it's Sanchez to Holmes again. 14 yards to the Colts 19. Jets using a timeout. Now to play action. All he had, Dustin Keller.
He has to get the ball down.
Couple of high throws from Mark Sanchez here. Rex Ryan can't believe it.
Got to make those count.
On the very next play, Sanchez has Keller again, but he overthrows him. Keller looking for a flag, not to be. All day here on 3rd and 10.
Don't do it.
Should have hit Keller as he was crossing the field, waited too late. Picked off by Justin Tryon, who brings it back to the Colts 23. So they don't get any points at the end of the first half. Colts on top 7-0. But in the 3rd quarter, the mood changed. Jets got a little bit more physical. Opening drive on a 3rd and 3. Sanchez stands in the pocket, and he hits Keller for a 20-yard gain. And the running game started to pick up. LaDainian Tomlinson with fresh legs, Dion.
Fresh legs. I mean, this guy came with the commonality like Jason Taylor defensively. We want to win a championship, and that's all he's focused on.
1st and goal, the Colts 1. Tomlinson gets in for the touchdown. Jets, they go 10 plays in 5 minutes and 12 seconds. 63 yards to tie the game at 7. 3rd and 9, and Joseph Adai picks up 14 yards. Colts on these 3rd and longs going to the running game. 3rd and 1, though, that's where they had a problem. Dominic Rhodes jacked up by David Harris and led to an Adam Vinatieri field goal. 4-time Colts were stopped on 3rd and 1. Colts up 10-7. 4th quarter now. 3rd and 7. Sanchez steps up and now flips it to Tomlinson, who takes it 9 yards for the first down.
That little flip scares me. It does.
3 plays later, it's Sanchez rolling out.
He doesn't want to, though.
He's going to take your
Do what you do. Oh, that's for tomorrow. That's for Mike Vick. Not bad.
And Peyton Manning, all he can do is sit on the bench. Jets offense keeping the Colts offense off the football field. Tomlinson gets in for the 2nd time.
A little flip.
14-10. Fireman Ed.
Fireman Ed is everywhere.
Well.
He's a fireman.
Riding that red truck everywhere.
24 seconds on that jet drive. 3rd and 7. Dominic Rhodes for 9 yards and a first down. 3rd and 8. It's Manning to Garcon.
I don't understand why you press and then you bail and let that guy just run it.
Go ahead. Beat him deep a little earlier.
He was scared.
That's why.
21 yards to the 18. Another 3rd and 7. Not this time for Rhodes. Brodney Poole is there. So Adam Vinatieri and the Colts selecting to kick the field goal as opposed to try to go for it. With just over 4 minutes left. Colts down 14-13. 4:37. 3rd and 5 here for the Jets on the ensuing possession. Holmes can't squeeze it. So the Jets forced to punt here with 3:10 left. Colts have all 3 timeouts. Steve Weatherford back to punt.
Oh, my goodness.
Blair White calls for the fair catch, but Rod, you saw something.
Is he a coach tomorrow?
Taj Smith called for running into the kicker. Look at the acting job.
That was a great acting job now.
He feels awful.
They have the Golden Globe getting ready to see. Come on.
3rd and 5. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's first down. It's another 3rd and 5 with 2:51 left.
Oh, he had a great call. 3rd and short. You got to take a shot. You know the cornerbacks are squatting. You got the coverage you wanted.
Jets are going to get the ball, or the Colts are going to get the ball with 1 timeout left. 2:36. Manning to Jacob Tamme. No one in the National Football League had more receptions since Week 8 than Jacob Tamme. 2nd and 4. Manning to Blair White. 12 yards down to the Jet 36. Adam Vinatieri certainly has been here before. 3rd and 6. Can the Colts get it closer for Vinatieri? White can't hold on, so here comes Vinatieri for the go-ahead field goal with 57 seconds left from 51 yards away.
That'd have been good from 71 yards away.
Vinatieri knocks it down. So the Colts on top 16-14. What kind of magic does Sanchez have? But it's Cromartie back deep, not Brad Smith.
Good adjustment. Brad Smith was a little injured. Cromartie had given them a nice return earlier. Great call by the special teams coach.
Huge, 47 yards. 1st and 10, 45 seconds left. Sanchez to Edwards. It's a 9-yard gain, but he fumbled the ball. So inside of 2 minutes, they're going to take a look. And they ruled it was a catch and a fumble, but he recovers. So ends up being a 2nd and 1 as opposed to a 2nd and 10. 40 seconds left. Sanchez to Holmes, 11 yards.
Corners off him because they're playing not to get beat deep.
And the Colts called timeout there.
I don't get that. I don't know why they call timeout.
He didn't understand it either.
Nice.
Sanchez to Edwards, who does a great job. Gets both feet down, 18 yards down to the 14-yard line.
Nice.
And finally, Sanchez comes up with the perfect throw. Jets now use their last timeout. So here's Nick Folk from 32 yards away. And Folk is fancy. Knocks it down. The Jets, with no time on the clock, Rex Ryan and company coming to Indianapolis, and they knock off Peyton Manning and the Colts 17-16. Manning had great success against Rex Ryan-led defenses, 5-1, but not to be Saturday night. Next up for the Jets, the Patriots in the divisional playoffs.
Let's get to what you call, Dion, the main event, right?
The main event.
Last game of the weekend. Rex Ryan having fun, smiling. Bill Belichick. That's how he comes prepared. Antonio Cromartie.
Florida State.
After a mouth-washing comment towards Tom Brady. Yeah, there we go. Wes Welker didn't start because of the stealth foot bob.
Punish me with my pocket.
Don't hurt me with my teammates. So Wes Welker was not out for the first set of downs for the Patriots. He was standing and watching Rob Gronkowski playing in his first career playoff game with a big chain mover there. And then Tom Brady makes a rare mistake. His first interception in 339 attempts without one. David Harris picks it off. And Algie Crumpler makes a big touchdown-saving tackle. What was the mistake here that Brady made?
Tom had to throw this ball over the top of Calvin Pace's arm. Throw a little free throw in there. He dropped it down. David Harris, nice play. What great hustle, though, by Crumpler.
And that was huge because the Jets began to figuratively shoot themselves in the foot as Sanchez and Sean Green trip over one another.
That happen in the playoffs.
And then after that happens, Green comes out, LT comes in, and Sanchez dumps it off to LaDainian, who gets tackled by his offensive line.
Oh, well, they're good tacklers.
All right, great play recognition by the Patriots.
At least they're going to get 3 points out of it.
Just kick it, all right?
It's an easy. This guy brought him into the game, and Nick Folk puts a cherry on top.
Oh, is that the same Folk who won it?
Won it last week. It looked like it might be good. Rex doesn't challenge it.
Upright? Is it over? The upright should be good, then.
The refs are
no challenge, though. You don't challenge that.
Brady's mistake leads to no points. Still scoreless with 4 minutes to go in the half. First quarter part. Wes is back. Wes is back off of the bench.
Suspension.
Well, I guess he even returned the first punt, so it really wasn't that long that he stayed there. Brady begins to get things going on right now. Finds Algie Crumpler.
Methodical drive.
28-yard
That's
gain.
a big man.
7th play of the drive. 9th play of the drive. Brady looks for the big man in the end zone, but Crumpler.
Come on,
Make that play.
Big drop.
Gave him an opportunity, just did not come up with the play.
Next play, Sean Ellis coming up with a big sack of Tom Brady. The Jets were able to get pressure with their front four, and it caused Brady and the Patriots to settle for a field goal there instead of getting a touchdown. It's just 3-0 New England. Sanchez, after having no offensive touchdowns in the first quarter again, points for Braylon Edwards to go upfield, and he finds his big receiver.
Nice extending the play, directing that traffic over there, Braylon to the sideline.
And then 2 plays later, LaDainian Tomlinson's first touchdown reception in 2 years.
It's the play the Patriots used against the Jets last time. It just says, let me put it on you.
First touchdown of the game belongs to the Jets at LT. It's 7-3, 9 minutes to go.
Everybody's home.
Brady can't find anybody, and he's forced to throw it towards Gronkowski, and it was a coverage.
He's very uncomfortable moving out of the pocket. The guys are plastering the receivers, which means go to your man when he starts to move out of the pocket.
Jets next possession, 7-3. Santonio Holmes is open, and who breaks it up?
The guy from Michigan, Braylon Edwards.
Braylon Edwards makes a nice defensive play.
Doing there together anyway.
Shouldn't be there.
Sanchez is upset because they're forced to punt, but the defense again holds as Brady cannot come up with points in a situation he normally does with less than 2 minutes before the half. And then what do the Patriots do? They go for a fake punt in their own end, down by 4, and it doesn't work as Patrick Chung muffs it.
One of these gutsy calls. It's a fake punt in your own territory. If it works, you look like a genius. If it doesn't work, hang on now, because you could give up some points.
What would the Jets do with this?
You lost your mind. We get all the way here, and you're going to pull that mess on me? That's what he said.
So what does Sanchez and the Jets do with this opportunity? LT in between the tackles, right to the edge of the red zone. 16-yard gain to the 21. 3 plays later, 3rd and 5 in the red zone. Braylon Edwards makes a catch and then makes a play.
It says, I want to go to an AFC Championship game more than you do. That's what Braylon Edwards in this play says. Look at it. It's about who wants it more.
You take Merriweather and McCourty, 2 Pro Bowlers, into the end zone with you. Great play, Braylon.
14-3, Jets on top at the half, and then the first possession of the second half, the Jets take the law firm and shut it down. David Harris and Bart Scott stop him on short yardage, but the Jets give the ball back to the Patriots. Wow. Here comes Calvin Pace, sacking Brady again.
Enough time to throw the ball, but no one's open once again. Great job on the back end of the Jets.
Boy, that front end got there.
Forced the fumble, but the Patriots fortunate to recover it. Jets get the ball back. 3rd play of the possession. Sean Green runs between the tackles here for a 20-yard gain to the Patriots, 42. 3 plays later, can Sanchez and the Jets tack on points to this 11-point lead with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter? They cannot, as Sanchez overthrows Cotchery. Sanchez was high with his throws in the first quarter, got things buttoned up in the second quarter. Third quarter, he couldn't come up with the crucial throw there, and Brady and the Patriots began to click on offense to the best they had all day. Gronkowski right up the seam, 37 yards. Perfect. 3 plays later, 3rd and 9, Deion Branch makes a play.
What an effort right here by Deion Branch, who Darrelle Revis had done a great job on all day getting involved.
12-yard gain on 3rd and 9. 3 plays later, Brady to Wes Welker.
Boom! Watch that hit, and remember that hit. It will have an effect later.
As pieces come off the helmet, Eric Smith unloads on the Patriots. Good little foot soldier. Next play, Brady looking for the big man again in the end zone, and Algie Crumpler holds on this time. And it's 14-9. Why are we mentioning that score? Because what does the book say?
The chart says go for 2 if it's late.
Only if it's Bill Belichick's chart. And what a great play. Sammy Morris comes in the backfield, and Brady hands it off to him for the 2-point conversion.
I like it. I like it.
A direct snap. What a fool. He fooled the whole defense. You were expecting pass in that situation. Great call by Belichick.
It was a direct snap. So Morris gets the 2-point conversion. It's just a 3-point game to start the fourth quarter. How do the Jets respond? By hitting Jericho Cotchery over the middle. Cotchery is still going. Cotchery leaps over the wall. Nice job by Jericho, and he is down.
This should never happen again. Zone coverage. Somebody ought to be there to make a play after 15 or 20 yards.
The tackle.
58-yard gain. 3 plays later. Holy Super Bowl 43 Batman. Santonio Holmes makes a play in the corner of the end zone in a big playoff game. Touchdown, Jets. Holmes got 1 knee down, and 1 knee
get it down.
2 feet, yes. 9 less feet than what Wes Welker said on the podium.
Some people are born to make big plays in this situation, and that's exactly what Santonio Holmes has been born for.
Jets with a 10-point lead now with 10 minutes to go, and that's when the Brady and the Patriots went on a methodical drive down the field. Deion Branch with an 8-yard gain on 3rd and 6.
On Revis, and he's talking junk.
6 plays later, 12th play of the drive. Tom Brady to
You got enough time.
somebody,
but no one's open. You had enough time. Once again,
four-man rush. It's a coverage sack. 13th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 13. Tom Brady
got enough
checks
time.
It down to Danny Woodhead eventually.
Have enough time.
And Brady
have enough time.
And the Patriots
no one's open.
Cannot complete it. So it's 4th and 13 with 5 minutes and 19 ticks left. And it's another great play by the secondary.
This is a cover 2. 2 safeties deep, 4 or 5 underneath, and everyone's plastering on the receiver.
So Darrelle Revis had to come out due to injury. It's 4th and 13. Revis isn't on the field, and Brady and Branch cannot connect. And the Patriots turn down the field goal with a wind in their face and 52 yards. Instead, they go for it and come up empty on a drive that lasted 7.5 minutes.
The drive lasted too long, and then you don't make that play.
But the Jets cannot get a first down with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go, and the Patriots only call their first timeout of the half there. So they've got 2 timeouts left, and now the ball, and Julian Edelman running up the seam on a punt return.
Somebody's out of their lane on punt coverage, and the punter has to make the tackle and save the day.
What was the design? He just got it and hit that hole, Coach.
41-yard punt return, setting the Patriots up, shot on the plus side of the field again. Gronkowski now takes the Patriots inside the red zone. 3 plays later, 3rd and 10, Tom Brady with 2.5 minutes to go, needing to score right before the 2-minute warning to get out of bounds. And that is a nice tackle by Drew Coleman, because Welker cannot get out of bounds, meaning it's time for Shane Graham to come in, hopefully to get the field goal off before the 2-minute warning so they could use it as a timeout. If they should score, the 2-minute warning comes, and that's a good thing because Graham's kick is no good. Had it counted, the Patriots would have gotten no points, so they come back after the 2-minute warning and get the 3 crucial points necessary to set up an onside kick, and they go up the middle. The ball is free and loose. Who gets it?
Oh, and he was
it's Cromartie.
Go down,
picks
go
it
down. We do not teach going down at Florida State. We go to the house.
I mean, instead of jumping on the ball, It's Antonio Cromartie.
Shut up.
The mad F-bomber of the week.
Hey.
It gets through Darrelle Revis, and he picks it up, and he runs it, which is crucial because the Patriots have only 2 timeouts left. Sean Green, 2 plays later.
Makes it personal right here. You remember Marshawn Lynch last week, and now Sean Green in his face.
What's Rex Ryan doing in the end zone?
High stepping.
Watch this in his face. Look at this. Get out of here.
Well, Sean Green goes in the end zone, and he goes down to celebrate using the ball as a pillow. Just when you thought Rex was running down there to say, don't do it, it's going to cost us 15 yards.
Like he got an ankle weight on
He
there.
finally gets down there, and he celebrates. Rex. I think I could take him in
You
the
could
40.
take him.
We can look that up now.
Or Sean Green could have gone down and ended the game. Jets could have taken a knee. Instead, Brady gets the ball back with less than a minute to go and 1 timeout left still. And there's Danny Woodhead right around in the red zone. The Patriots with 30 ticks to go after using their final timeout. All sorts of time again. Brady finds Deion Branch in the end zone, meaning the Patriots have another shot with the onside kick. If they can get it, they get a Hail Mary. They can force overtime with the new overtime rules, but right up the gut again. The Jets hand team does fall on it this time. And that's the way they cartwheel their way.
We don't flip, Braylon.
Into the AFC Championship game for the 2nd consecutive year, this time against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Rex and Belichick share an embrace and a conversation in the middle of the field. And the Jets, 6 weeks after losing by 42 points in that stadium, in front of the whole country, return in front of the whole country again and make the Patriots one and done in the AFC. What an exciting game we just saw in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers going at it. Rex Ryan, after knocking out the New England Patriots, trying to make it 3 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks bagged in a row. LaDainian Tomlinson trying to take Santonio Holmes and the Jets back to the Super Bowl for the first time in 42 years.
We asked for this a long time ago. We ain't got to do nothing but play like a Jet.
LT's never played in a Super Bowl, 4 quarters away, but the Steelers came out on fire in this game, even though early on Ben Roethlisberger can't complete it on Emmanuel Sanders. We did see a lot of Ed Hockley early on. That's 5 yards on Antonio Cromartie right there.
People today.
3 plays later, 5th play of the drive, Ben Roethlisberger to Mike Wallace. Move the chains on 3rd down. Just gets enough the 1st down. Move the chains. There are the chains that are moved.
Generous spot.
7 plays later, 12th play of the drive. Roethlisberger doing what he does.
And that will be the theme. I like that, Rich.
And he knew where that yellow line was on the field.
12-yard gain on 3rd and 12. Move the chains. And then Roethlisberger to Hines Ward.
Doing
what he does.
What he does. I like that. Play with that, Rich.
Move the chains down to the 1-yard line. Pump fakeage all over the place. Marquise Pouncey, however, their Pro Bowl rookie All-World center, did not emerge from this play healthy. As you saw, Brian Thomas of the Jets rolled up on his leg. He would leave the game and leave the field on crutches. However, back on the field, Rashard Mendenhall and the running game came out and hit the Jets in the ground and pound. 9-minute drive to start the game, 15 plays, 7-0 Steelers. The Jets go 3 and out. Roethlisberger's pass intended for Emmanuel Sanders is incomplete, but Eric Smith is called for hitting a defenseless receiver.
I don't agree with this one.
Michael, you're
that was right here. And he pulled up off of the hit. It wasn't a run through.
So tried to avoid it. Tack on 15 yards. 4 plays later, Roethlisberger's pass on 4th and 1. They went for it. It's a freezing night in Pittsburgh. It was a 50-plus yard field goal, which is tough in Heinz Field in any conditions. So it's picked off by Brian Thomas.
He rushed that.
And that's the way the Steelers turn it over. But the offense of the Jets could not get anything going early on, but Rashard Mendenhall put 35-yard gain.
This looks like the old Steelers where they're going to pound you down and run the football and control it on the clock.
Isaac Redmond that gets in the act 2 plays later. However, the Jets defense would stiffen from here on out, hold the Steelers to just a field goal. It's 10-0. Now we show you a Jets offensive play midway through the 6-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. It's an incomplete pass. Jericho Cotchery can't grab the deflected ball. 4th punt of the game for the Jets already, while Roethlisberger was cruising, finds his security blanket.
Doing what he does.
Buying himself more time in the pocket and finding his tight end downfield.
So good at that. He sidesteps pressure. He extends the play. And if he extends it to the right.
Keep your eyes downfield. Keep your eyes downfield, big fella. Nice throw.
The Jets tried to keep him going left, but couldn't keep him from going right there. Bart Scott and Antonio Cromartie, the rest of the Jets defense left muttering themselves as Roethlisberger now throws left to Emmanuel Sanders. 2 plays after the Miller first down touchdown.
SMU.
2 plays later, Roethlisberger throws short to Mendenhall across the other side of the field. He slips, otherwise he might have gotten in the end zone down to the 2. Next play.
Marty didn't want that.
Thank you, Lord.
Roethlisberger does what
he does.
Good coverage. There's nobody open, so Big Ben takes it himself.
The Steelers score the first 17 points of the game. Brian Thomas and the Jets left with their hands on their hips. Rex Ryan and the Jets were hit directly in the mouth. Less than 2 minutes to go in the half. Even more disaster. Sanchez goes down. He's sacked. William Gay. Lamar Woodley gets him, and then 2 plays later, Ike Taylor hits him as he throws. William Gay picks the ball up. The ball is loose. There is no whistle.
Blocking. Look at the downfield blocking.
And you can see Ed Hockley-Wood, a touchdown. It's in the last 2 minutes of the half as Sanchez is coming up holding his non-throwing elbow. The booth buzzes down, and it's an empty hand. This is a correct call. It does look like his arm's coming forward, but there's an empty hand. That's a fumble. And therefore, 6 more points for the Steelers, 24-0. Wow. That's the way the AFC Championship game started. However, the Jets got the ball back, got 3 points on the board before the end of the first half, and got the ball to start the second half and came out like Rex Ryan peeled some paint off the doors in the locker room. There's Sean Green with a 23-yard gain on the first play of the second half. He would be digged up. He would return. 3 plays later, 3rd and short. Santonio Holmes, his first catch of the game, a 16-yard pass play. And then the next play, Mark Sanchez with the fresh set of downs provided by Santonio. He makes a play, as does Holmes, down the field, 45-yard touchdown. Jets make it a 24-10 game.
Watch the corner, Mike. He falls down, he puts his hand up, and this is an improvise between a veteran receiver and a young quarterback. Well done.
Ensuing Steelers possession. Can the Jets get him 3 and out? They can, even though Chris Wilson almost picked off Roethlisberger. The ball goes right off the rookie's grill. And that is crucial because why are we showing the punt? It's usually a return or a boo-boo. And as you can see, it is neither except that boo-boo right there. Jamal Westerman is called for roughing Jeremy Kapanos, the punter. And that's essentially a turnover.
If you didn't know Jamal before the game, you know him now.
And it's not running into the game. It's roughing. It's 15 yards.
That's the big one.
So that puts the ball back in the Steelers' hands, right at midfield. Now they're on the plus side of the field. Ben Roethlisberger extending the play, but he goes to his left, which usually is the way you want him to go. And you can see what happens there. He throws it, a pick by Brodney Poole. So the Jets don't get burned. They just lose some field position and lose some time off the clock with that roughing the kicker. What do the Jets do with this opportunity? Braylon Edwards plants 1 foot out of bounds on 3rd down, so the Jets can't move the ball. They're still down 24-10, less than 90 ticks to go in the 3rd quarter when Trevor Price bags him some Ben Roethlisberger. Steelers now forced to punt. Ensuing Jets possession, needing some points. Can they get it right before the end of the 3rd quarter? They do get a first down at least. Braylon Edwards, 18-yard gain to the 37-yard line. 2 plays later, we are in the 4th quarter. And we see Mark Sanchez looking for his binky. That would be his tight end, Dustin Keller. Nice play on the sideline.
Nice throw up and over the top of the linebacker to the sidelines. Well done by Mark Sanchez.
3 plays later, 3rd and short. Sanchez goes for his tight end again. This one over the middle. Keller moved the chains. 3 plays later.
He's a tough matchup.
9th play of the drive. Sean Green on 3rd and 3 is stopped just shy.
That was a hit right there, man. A collision between 2 guys with the will to win.
Well, it's sort of helmet to helmet there, but it wasn't called. 4th and 1. What do? They give it to Sean Green over the right side, and he picks it up.
It's a power back. Now this guy reminds me of the other guy, Mendenhall.
2 plays later, 12th play of the drive. 2nd and 18 after a fumbled snap. Sean Green takes most of it right back as he trucks Ryan Clark for a 16-yard gain. First down at the 8-yard line. Next play, not first down, it's 3rd and 2. Now it's a first down. Mark Sanchez to Jericho Cotchery taken down at the 2. 3 plays later, 16th play of the drive, 3rd and 1. Sanchez almost picked by Lamar Woodley. But as you can see, there's less than 8 minutes to go now in the 4th quarter, and the Jets still haven't scored a point. They're still down by 2 touchdowns. And 4th and 1, LT is stopped. Stopped. The Jets take 8 minutes off the clock and score 0 points. Turnover on downs. Let's hit the way back machine. Why do we show this to you? Because the last time the Steelers were in this end zone against the Jets, it was in Week 15, and Jason Taylor came up with the safety. We showed you Marquise Pouncey's out of this game, their Pro Bowl young center. Here's a mishandled snap right there.
That's what you worry about with a new center in the game. It's a safety.
By Ben Roethlisberger. That is 2 more points for the New York Jets.
The ball never came up.
It's clearly the center's fault.
We'll get another shot at it.
So, the Jets now 24-12. What do they do with 7:30 to go? Sanchez avoids Woodley's rush, and he finds Braylon Edwards, who does get both feet down. Now with 7.5 minutes to go, it's 3rd and 1. Less than 6 minutes to go. Sanchez trips, handing the ball off to LT, who trips over his quarterback. It's now 4th and short again. Jets go into the air. First down, Braylon Edwards.
Nice call. Nice location. Threw it on the body, Mike, not out in front. Perfect location with football.
But they still need 2 scores, even with the safety. 4 minutes to go. Here's Dustin Keller, first down, but the clock is moving. Less than 4 minutes to go now for the Jets, needing 2 touchdowns to get the lead. 2nd and goal, 3 minutes to go. Here's Jericho Cotchery in the end zone.
It's a pick play. 20 wide open.
24-19 as the Jets go for 1 and kick the ball off, needing to get the ball back. They had all 3 timeouts left. 2nd down, Roethlisberger rolls to his right, extends the play, finds Heath Miller to move the chains. The Jets have a 2-minute warning and 2 timeouts left, so they cannot afford to give up yet 1 more first down. Roethlisberger on 3rd and 6. Here's essentially the game. He extends the play to his right and on the run finds the receiver. The Steelers drafted to make up for the trade of Santonio Holmes. It's Antonio Brown who provides the game-winning first down, and Rex is dejected. Sanchez trying to rally the troops as Ben Roethlisberger, his season that started in such disastrous straits, winds up with a 3rd Super Bowl trip of his career. 24-19 is the final score. The Steelers scored the first 24 points of this game. The Jets scored the final 19 points of this game, and not enough, even though it was a furious comeback for the 6-seeded Jets, who had so many late game victories. They just could not pull out another on the road in the AFC title game. So it's now 42 years and counting for the Jets since they've been back to the Super Bowl. And the Steelers go back to the Super Bowl 2 years after they won it to try to get a 7th.